0.8% up on both the Sensex and the Nifty, 54.11, 54.12. That's exactly the level that the Singapore Nifty was indicating at 8:30 a.m. No surprise, no major movement. DB Corp is up 2.75%. Why? Well, the company reported earnings and the market seemed to be giving a thumbs up. Let me run you through the basic numbers first. Net sales have come in at about 30 crore rupees and profit at about 69.5 crore rupees, a growth of about 35% in the profit year on year. Joining us now to detail the numbers, Girish Agarwaal, director at DB Corp, joins us from Mumbai. Mr. Agarwal, good morning and congratulations. Let's talk about the numbers in greater detail. Margins. What level did margins come in at? And I ask that because there's going to be margin pressure in the context of new launches in both Bihar and Jharkhand.
See, this quarter margin is around 38%. While if you remember last time when I was talking to your team and I indicated to them that a margin of anything from 29% to 32% on EBITDA level is going to be a kind of doable number. Because this 38% this quarter, we had no new launches, we had no expansion and all that. So I won't really say 38% is a number which can be done for all the year.
Honest admission there, Mr. Agarwal. So let's just talk about what the margin is likely to look like in the quarters ahead. And I come back to the point I first made because we are waiting for launches in Jharkhand and in Bihar. The first one that will come through will be Jharkhand, I imagine, by August end.
Yeah, true. Now, Jharkhand is going to be in August end or September mid. Same time, Jammu will also come around that time itself, and the Bihar would happen in the next year. Now, considering all these launches, at the same time, we are also expanding in Gujarat, in Rajasthan, and in Madhya Pradesh and Punjab. So, we are launching new additions these markets, expanding our printing facilities in these markets. So, comparing all that, I guess a margin of around 29 to 32% should be able to come up in the second quarter itself also, and maybe for the whole year also.
Throw some color and some flavor on this quarter that has just passed. The first quarter, what was it really like? I mean, I understand the broad principles. You're not overly exposed to any particular region in terms of revenue or readership base. But, where was the growth coming from? Which are the high-performing markets for you and the laggards for you?
Good thing for us that most of the markets, whether it's Punjab or Rajasthan or Gujarat or Madhya Pradesh, all of them have performed kind of equally. And also interesting to note that generally the first quarter of the year is considered to be an education year because education becomes the biggest category. But important to and heartening to note that not only education but even the real estate, automobile, financial services, they all have come up in a big way, and the growth has come in all these segments of the advertising also. So that's the reason why I'm pretty bullish on the quarter 2 and the quarter 3 also, that if all these segments have shown a growth and they continue this way, so I guess the entire industry is going to benefit out of that.
Any pressure points this quarter?
Not exactly. The newsprint went up by almost 3%, but I guess it's going to stay around that. Like for example, my cost of newsprint is around 25,600 Indian rupees per metric ton. So if that stays or goes up by another 2-3%, that's kind of maintainable for us.
And you have a sense that it's only going to be 2 to 3% uptick in the newsprint prices, or is there a probability of a higher spike there?
I can be very sure of the next quarter because I already have the inventory for the next quarter with me at this price. Now for the quarter 3 or the quarter 4, my sense says that it might go up by another 2-3%, but not more than that. That's what the suppliers are indicating to us.
So let's just take this forward, not just Q1, but the full year. How are we then looking at bottom line, top line growth for the full year? What's the target? Is there any reworking on those full year targets for you?
See, based on the encouraging first quarter number, I have already revised my internal targets. But the external target, as you know, we don't give any guidelines. So I would be talking about the previous quarters only. So I guess that's the reason I'm saying that if this quarter I'm at 38% and the last quarter I was at around 33%. So I think with the new launches all put together, that kind of number is doable and comfortable. Yes, if we get another spike, for example, the large growth which has come in the advertising numbers is largely because of the volume right now. Almost 90% is because of volume. And the rate what we took increase in the month of June has not yet really given me that kind of impact on the numbers. And if that rate gets implemented in the next months going forward, then I guess this top line growth could be much higher. And if the top line is higher, I think whatever additional we get on the top line straight away gets added on to the bottom line, because there's no incremental cost to that.
Mr. Agarwal, I can see you're steering clear of giving a guidance figure. But nevertheless, it's fair to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, that, you know, based on the first quarter, you're generally much more upbeat about the full year. The margin, of course, margin outlook you have shared with us. Good talking to you. All the best with the new launches, and hope to see you soon again here on NDTV Profit. On to another NDTV.
We are out of here. Thanks so much for watching. This edition of Opening Books programming continues.
Profit Fundamentals is coming right up.